Coming up tonight, a Category 1 hurricane hit the Gulf Coast earlier today. We've got the latest on Storm Barry. And a girl goes blind because of fireworks, how she wants to warn others. Also, the latest on the case of the toddler found in a Texas landfill.
Live from Waco, Temple, and Killeen, your news now. This is Fox 44 News at 9.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Fox 44 News at 9, the weekend edition. I'm Anna Thrash. Louisiana braced for high winds and heavy rain as Barry strengthened into a Category 1 hurricane earlier today. It has weakened back to a tropical storm. Fox 44 News correspondent Doug McElway has more from New Orleans.
Storm Barry has now reached hurricane strength as it moves into the Louisiana coastline. Thousands are without power as Barry pounds the south-central Louisiana coast. The slow storm, tracking at around 5 miles per hour, it's expected to dump as much as 25 inches of rain in some areas. People in New Orleans and Baton Rouge could experience a record-setting storm.
Major to near or even record flooding will be possible on rivers and streams around the area.
Heavy rain and wind moving in overnight, wind gusts reaching nearly 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, I was trying to get to my house to check it out, but the water on the other side is just too deep between the railroad track and the lake.
Barry is expected to weaken as it moves inland. The National Weather Service says there is still the potential for flooding due to rain and a storm surge. The Mississippi River is already running high due to heavy spring rain and snowmelt. It's expected to rise to 17 feet.
We really have to be extremely prepared for a very major rain event across much of Louisiana.
Some people in Louisiana deciding to wait the storm out at home. Officials encouraging people to remain indoors and keep at least 3 days' worth of supplies on hand.
I am prepared. I have a lot of water. I went to Sam's and I got everything prepared. So in case it happens, I'm looking up and I have good friends and I'm okay.
Storm Barry is expected to move north into the Mississippi Valley, bringing extreme heavy rainfall into Florida's western panhandle and Alabama. In New Orleans, Doug McElway, Fox News.
And tonight, a 17-year-old girl is recovering after being hit with a firework while celebrating the 4th of July. Fox 44's Shaquille Omari is back from speaking with the victim's family and her. Shaquille, what did they say?
And a 17-year-old Maddie said she was lighting fireworks with her friends in Crawford. That's when a firework around this size, called the Zipper, struck her in the right eye. However, she's thankful to be alive. Take a look. Throughout Maddie Lightsey's home, there's cards, balloons, and flowers wishing her a fast recovery. This after a fun July 4th turned to horror when the 17-year-old was struck in the right eye with a firework.
I mean, I didn't expect it to hit me because it was like 20 feet away. I wasn't expecting it at all.
The injury leaving the teen blind in the right eye.
It was a lot of sharp pain like on this side of my face.
Lightsey says her boyfriend quickly called her mom and was rushed to the hospital.
So it was just shock, honestly, complete. You know, I didn't process it all. I'm like, okay, she's alive.
But now the family is staying strong. Maddie's a goalie on her school soccer team. She says she is not going to let her injury affect her performance.
It won't stop me, so it'll be okay.
In the coming weeks, the teen will undergo multiple surgeries to help regain her sight. The news prompting a family friend to fundraise to cover medical expenses.
As a church community, we are devastated. So I think we all just were thinking of ways to help, and we didn't know how to tangibly help them.
The family is just a few $100s away from reaching their $7,000 goal.
Honestly, I'm so grateful.
You know, Maddie and I are very blessed to have a lot of people who love us and are praying for us.
Now this Tuesday, the teen will head to Plano for her first surgery. That GoFundMe page is on our website at centexproud.com. Live at the control room, Shaquille Omari, Fox 44 News.
Thank you for Shaquille. The man arrested after the body of a missing Dallas 18-month-old was found in an area landfill claims the infant was unresponsive when he put him in a dumpster. Cedric Johnson has been charged for causing serious bodily injury to a child in connection with the death of Cedric Jackson. An Amber Alert was issued for Jackson on Wednesday after his aunt said she woke up that morning and couldn't find him. Johnson is the reported boyfriend of the aunt. He was arraigned on Friday afternoon, and more charges are pending as police wait for the child's autopsy report. Vice President Mike Pence toured 2 detention facilities on the Texas border Friday. At the McAllen station, hundreds of men were crowded in sweltering rooms without cots. Some of the men said they were hungry and had been held there for 40 days or longer. Pence's office said the tour was part of an effort to show the Trump administration is providing adequate care for migrants. But the scene the vice president witnessed is sure to spark new criticism of the conditions facing migrants in the U.S. government facilities.
The facility here at McAllen is at the very center of the crisis on our southern border. And this facility here today, while it's clean and sanitary, is doing their level best to deal with this unprecedented flow. Last month alone, nearly 100,000 people coming across our border.
The agent in charge of the McAllen station Pence visited said the men held there were allowed to brush their teeth once a day. He said many of the men had not showered for 10 or 20 days. He also said the longest any man had been there was 32 days. Authorities are building a new migrant holding facility in Tornillo. U.S. Customs and Border Protection confirmed the construction Friday. Officials say the facility will be for adults only and have a 2,500 bed capacity. It should begin accepting migrants in late July or early August. A Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office released the full dashcam video from a March traffic stop involving NFL star Landon Roberts of the New England Patriots.
Get back in the car. Get back in the car. Get in the car right now.
The incident led to allegations of harassment by Roberts. The video shows a deputy stopping Roberts for speeding. Roberts pulls into the driveway of his own home and exits the car with his hands up. The deputy yells at Roberts to get back in the car, which Roberts does. The two can be heard having a disagreement. The deputy can be heard calling for backup and is describing Roberts as a big black male. At one point, he even threatens to arrest Roberts' wife if she doesn't go inside. The county sheriff said the stop wasn't about race, but admitted the deputy's behavior was unprofessional. He apologized to Roberts and said the deputy, who was new to the job, was reprimanded. The McLennan County Sheriff's Office is having a hiring event Monday for its jail division. This comes after the county has decided to take over the Jack Harwell Detention Center in October. The hiring event will be held at Workforce Solutions on New Road in Waco from 9 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. They will be doing interviews on the spot, so anybody interested will need to have their application filled out ahead of time. And coming up, Louisiana residents are jumping into action to save what is most precious to them. That story coming up.